Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today we're doing a practice that is inspired by Ayurvedic medicine and philosophy. This grew up with yoga in India and is still practiced today as an alternative to Western medicine. According to Ayurvedic theory, summer is a time of the energy of fire, which can become very intense. It is called Pitta, P-I-T-T-A. It's the energy of fire with a little bit of water, maybe a little humidity, a little bit of sweat. In yoga, we bring to that intense energy of fire in the summer a cooling breath, and we also bring asana or movements that are rather repetitive and rhythmic, so not too fast, cooling and softening. We'll be doing a sun salutation in that rhythmic way, a Cobra Vinyasa, and a Sunbird Vinyasa. Thanks to Mukunda Stiles for some of the teachings that have brought this practice about. Let's begin with a breath and then some warm-ups before the sun salutation. So taking a seat where you're comfortable, chair or hips above knees. Coming into the breath, arriving here on the mat. Letting the body relax as you open the diaphragm, open the ribs on the side and the backs. Letting the diaphragm massage the belly into a bit of softness, loosening the neck. Relaxing the belly down through pelvic floor, down through the legs, the feet, into the earth. One more relaxing breath here. We are going to do a cooling breath that comes from the alternate nostril breathing that we often do. This one is only on the left. So the left side is the side of the moon, the right side is the side of the sun. Bring a forefinger or thumb to the right nostril, because this time we're going to do all our breathing on the cooler or moon side of the body. Breathing in through the left nostril, breathing out through the left nostril. You can pause a bit at the top if you like, relaxing down through the exhale. Inhaling left. Exhaling left. And continue at your own pace. The breath can come all the way up from the belly, the diaphragm, up through the left side of the spine to the nostril. Three more breaths. And letting the hands come down to the lap. Let the attention go inwards for a moment, coming back to your regular breathing. Just noticing its qualities. Noticing the temperature of the breath as it comes in and leaves the body. Noticing the general temperature of the body as well. The heart, the head, the belly. And removing anything that high that is underneath you and coming onto a blanket for your hips. We'll do some warm-ups, starting with a side bend. Bring one hand to the mat, other one reaches up. Feel that reach all the way up the side from the hips, up through the shoulder, elbow to the fingertips, and then come over. at your own pace, going back and forth, reaching up, opening between armpit and hip. In Ayurvedic medicine, diet is very important. And Pitta is the power of digestion or cooking. So it's a ripening energy, a maturing energy. Physically, it's located in the small intestines and stomach. One more time to each side. So for the summer Pitta energy of heat, the advice is to avoid hot, spicy, salty, or sour foods. Hot, spicy, salty, sour, those we don't need so much. Open up the arms, loose through the elbows and the wrists and the shoulders, loose through the neck, opening like a bird sitting on a rock or a log in the cooling water, and exhaling, folding into the heart. To cool the Pitta energy of the summer, we can eat sweet things like apples, berries, pears, watermelon, a little yogurt with maple syrup, and also bitter things, bitter melons, arugula, spinach, kale. Lastly, we can eat astringent things, pomegranates, chickpeas, asparagus, cool herbal teas. One last time, opening the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades together, folding in, opening through the back of the spine slightly, and coming back through center. We're going to do a twist where we roll the right shoulder forward and the left shoulder back, then turn in the direction of the shoulder that goes back, in this case, the left shoulder. Come back through center, left shoulder rolls forward, right shoulder rolls back, turn towards the right. Inhale, center, left back, right forward. Exhale, round with the chin towards that left shoulder. Inhale back through center. Left shoulder comes forward, right shoulder comes back. Inhale to center, one last time. Left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Exhale towards the left. And bring it back to center. Let the legs come out straight in front of you. We'll compare that twist, which was really nice for the upper back and the neck, to our twist that we often do, where one foot comes up, one leg is extended, the other foot might come across the thigh. Hand comes around the back of the knee, or perhaps the forearm, other hand comes back behind. So this is the opposite arm of the bent knee. Come forward on the sits bones, become long through the spine as you turn through the lower ribs, upper ribs, shoulders, and neck. How does this twist feel when compared with the other? Letting your breath be long, relaxing through the belly. Feeling the breath coming up the middle channel in the front of the spine. Come back through center, switch to the other side. Inhale up long, forward on the sits bones, turning through lower ribs, shoulders, and chin. The spine is fairly centered through the body, especially if you think of the front of the spine. We're breathing up and down the front of the spine, bringing length to the spine, opening the central channel of the body. Release and unwind. Legs are out in front. Take a moment to flex and point the toes a few times. Opening up the ankles. Bring the hands into cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades together just a little bit. It's just a gentle squeeze. Inhale up from the sits bones up through the crown. Exhale forward with the chest coming just a few inches in the direction of the toes. Inhale up. Exhale forward, hinging at the hips. One more time up. Hinge at the hips a few inches forward. Then let the hands come down on the legs. Bring a C shape to the spine if you wish, with also some elongation. Coming down to your place, your version of the forward fold that is safe for you, strong through the core, some support. Coming inside to the quiet for a moment. Strong through the core. Straighten the spine, bring the chest forward towards the toes before you come up, and then bring the body up. Bring the soles of the feet together. You can be in more of a diamond shape if you would like here, or bring the heels closer towards the groin. Hands can be on ankles, feet, or around the toes. Let yourself be long through the sacrum. Draw up through pelvic floor and up through the abdominal muscles. Press the feet together and widen out through the knees slightly. And breathe. One more breath here. Then crisscrossing the legs. Bring soft fists under the lower ribs. As I said, this is the power of digestion, so we want digestion to occur smoothly. And this is a gentle forward fold with your legs crossed in order to encourage digestion. Find your place where you can bring some strength to the core so that you're supporting yourself as you come forward. You can always bring some blocks underneath your head if this is difficult. Alternative is to just bring a C shape to the spine and curve around that C shape. You might come down and back up and down, or you might stay down for a couple of breaths, relaxing through the small intestines and the large intestines and the stomach. Inhale back up. And we're going to come up to a standing position. Bring feet wide, and just for a moment, skate back and forth, loosening up through the inner thighs, as well as strengthening and loosening up through the hips. Then coming back through center, bring the feet together and come to the front of the mat. We're going to start our sun salutations. We'll do this a number of times, and we'll start with just learning our steps in it. We're not going to take it too fast anytime. And we'll be breathing along with it, but for this first time, we won't worry too much about the breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the toes in line with the fingers and toes in line. Step back with the right foot. Knee comes down. Keep long from the toe or the knee all the way up through the spine, elongating through the spine. Gaze is down just 6 inches to 12 inches in front of the mat. Opening up through the front of the hip on the right. Press into the hands, keep them where they are, and come up into downward dog. Stretching back through long spine, letting the shoulder blades come out towards the edges of the body a bit. Paddling with heels up and down to open up slowly through the back of the legs. Then we're bringing the knees down, bring the chest down and the chin down. Slide forward just slightly. Hands stay the same place as you lift up into Cobra without much help from the hands or arms, mainly with your own body core strength. Tuck the toes. Hands stay in the same place as we come up into downward dog. Breath here. Then the right leg is going to come forward, or you might come down on your knees and come into this. Toes and fingers should be around the same place here. Again, elongating up through the leg, keeping that nice long spine. Then tuck the toe in the back, raise the knee and spring forward into a forward fold with both feet together. Knees bend, hands sweep up. I have my palms down, straightening the legs gradually as I come up. Arms come out and around and back to the heart. Let's try that again. Inhale up, exhale forward fold. Fingers are in line with the toes. This time the left foot goes back into a long, low lunge. Tuck the toes, come back into downward dog with an exhale and an inhale. Come down onto knees with an exhale, and the chest and chin come down. Inhale up into Cobra. Tuck the toes, come back into downward dog. Left foot comes forward. You might come down on your knee as you come through. Toes and fingers together. Long runner's stretch here. Inhale. Tuck the toe, raise the knee, spring forward into a forward fold. Exhale. Bend the knees. Inhale as arms reach up and around. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that a little wrong. Bring the arms forward, palms down, using the core also to come up. Arms come wide and down and back to the heart. Once again, inhale up, exhale forward fold. Inhale, right foot goes back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale while you're here in downward dog. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes up into downward dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward. Long through the spine. Exhale, bring the other foot forward into forward fold. Exhale. Inhale as knees bend, hands sweep up. They're forward with palms down. Arms come out and around and back to the heart. Establishing a rhythmic, slow, medium slow, a moderate pace. Allowing both stretching, strengthening to happen, as well as cooling and softening. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale as left foot comes back, long through the spine. Exhale, tuck toe, come up into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin come down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, up into downward dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, left foot comes forward. long through the spine. Exhale, bring the other foot up, forward fold. Inhale, knees bend, hands sweep up, the front palms down, gaze rises. And exhale, bring hands around and to the heart. Inhale, up, gaze up, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the right foot back, long spine. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward, long through the spine. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the knees, spring forward. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, arms sweep up. Exhale, arms wide, come round to the heart. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale as left leg goes back, long through the spine, low lunge. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, knees down, chest, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes into downward dog, long through the spine. Inhale, left foot comes forward. Exhale as both feet come together, forward fold. Inhale, bend knees, arms rise. Exhale, arms wide, and back to the heart. Bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly, allowing the body to receive the energy and the calming rhythm of the sun salutation. Bring arms to the side. Inhale, big sun breath, welcoming in the sun that gives us life, bringing that down to the heart. And one more sun breath. Loving the sun and also doing what we need to let our energy be cool and bright for this season. Let's do a cooling breath again. This one, we roll the tongue, or the tongue can stay soft. At any rate, we purse the lips, roll the tongue or not, and suck in cool air across the tongue and exhale through the nose. Inhale, purse lips, perhaps roll tongue, suck in the air, exhale through the nose. Continue. One more cooling breath. That's called the Shitali breath. Even more of a cooling breath than that first Nadi Shodhana on the left that we did. Let's do a warrior two. Coming into your warrior two position. Feeling that right through the hips. Feeling the earth beneath you. Brightening the arches, energy coming up through the inner thighs, up through the torso, open through the heart. offering the heart energy out into the world, and breathing here, opening the side and back of the lower ribs and up through the collarbone. Front arm bends, come into a side angle. Arm can stay up or come over. Please modify as you need to. Long from the foot all the way up through the fingers. Relax through the back of the neck. Inhale as that back arm sweeps back to the thigh, the front arm reaches up to the sky with thanks to the sun. Back through side angle. One more gaze up to whatever the sky offers today. Back through warrior two. Bring the hands to the waist and the toes come a little bit pigeon-toed. Hands slide down to the hip creases. Torso comes parallel. Hands come down, fingers, hands on the floor beneath you. You can use a block here if you'd like. Hands walk over to one side. The outer arm reaches up, other hand on the ankle or the shin. Reaching up not only through fingers and arm, but through the chest as well. Swing down and across, opening on the other side, aware of the shoulder blades, and coming down through center. Hands come to the waist or hip creases. Come first to parallel to the ground with your torso, and then strong through the core, come up. And we'll come into the other side of warrior two, finding your stance, maybe narrower, maybe wider than mine. Always adapting your yoga to what your body offers you. Feeling the energy of the earth beneath you, the engagement of the arches up through legs, bringing that strong energy up through the heart, opening out into the world. Maybe flipping the palms to bring the shoulder blades, resting down the back and then flipping them back. Breathing generously. Loosening down through face and neck. Using our energy wisely in the heat of summer. Perhaps softening down through the feet. Backhand comes, side angle. Front arm comes to the thigh and other arm comes up or forward. Nice long stretch. Slowly bringing that hand back and reaching up, cooling under the armpit. Fanning very softly back and forth. One more time. Producing an energy that is soft and cooling. And coming back through warrior two. Bring the hands to the waist, turn the toes forward, and heel toe the feet back together. We're going to come down to the mat. We'll be doing the Cobra Vinyasa now. So please come into a prone position. The hands are just under the shoulders, around the breasts. Hands are flat, elbows are up, close to the body. Let the breath flow through you like waves. You can feel it, your diaphragm close to the earth. Press the inner thighs together, pull the legs together. Then we're going to do a cobra with the muscles of our body, our torso, not using the arms to the extent possible. Inhale up, and it's not a big up, just a little bit up, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Bring the hands interlaced back behind the buttocks. So arms are long along the body. Fingers are interlaced, pulling down the arms and hands towards the ankles. And we're going to raise the torso once again. Inhale up, pull the arms back, adapting as you need to, and lower down with an exhale. Keep the arms along the side if this is too much for the shoulders. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and stretching out the back of the body a little bit after we've stretched out the front, come up into an easy downward dog. Let the knees be soft, long through the spine. And if you would like to come down and interlace your fingers and come down into forearm downward dog, that's fine. Or bring your knees down, adapting as you need to. Come up on your tiptoes 3 times, heels down, up on tiptoes, and down, up on tiptoes, and down. Bring the knees down, come back into a prone position. Hands come under the thighs. Legs are parallel. We're going to raise the right leg from the hip. Exhale it down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale down. Inhale, right. Exhale down. Inhale, left. Exhale down. One more on your own on each side. Remove the hands from under the thighs. Hands are palms in towards the body, arms along the side. Lift one leg and stretch it back and lay it back down. Lift another leg just a little bit and stretch it so that you're long through the abdomen and the legs. Bring the nose towards the mat and stretch forward through the crown. Inhale as head, shoulders, and arms rise just 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, fingers and toes reaching back. 2 more breaths here. Bring the hands under the shoulders, and again, a counter stretch up into downward dog or your adaptation of downward dog. Strong through the arms, the front of the chest, the shoulder blades, long through the spine and the sides of the body. You might bring one foot back in a kind of curtsy, just to get a little bit more stretch in one leg, and then bring the other foot back around in a curtsy, coming to the back and side of the other foot, and come back. And we're coming down with the knees into child's pose. Two more breaths here. Again, adapting as you need to child's pose. You might have your hips up with less pressure on the knees. Then sliding forward, let the arms come around the head. So my hands are on opposite elbows, and I'm bringing my forehead to tuck it into the corner of my elbows, coming to a point where there is no light in the eyes and relaxing down completely. Relaxing through the skull and the neck, down through the heart and lungs, the stomach, the small intestines, letting there be space through the large intestines, the pelvic floor, softening through the legs, and down through the feet. The poet Rumi writes, "What I want to see is in a tree, in the sun coming out, in the air. I'm tired of cowards. I want to live with lions." And he continues, "Love plays, and is the music played. Let that musician of love finish this poem. I am a water bird flying into the sun." And we'll be coming to the water bird flying into the sun, which we're calling the Sunbird here, in just a moment. But first, roll over onto your back. Bring your knees bent above your hips, hands onto the kneecaps, and circle the knees in opposite directions from each other, just gently round, letting the air flow around the pelvic floor, softening down through the torso, behind the heart, behind the waist, behind the neck, and back around the opposite direction, relaxing down through jaw and tongue, cheeks, around the little muscles of the eyes, the temples, and the forehead. Bring the knees towards the center. The knees come towards the armpits. Feet rise, come into happy baby, hands on ankles or the bottom of the feet. Once more relaxing down. Perhaps rocking back and forth across the back of the waist, sacrum area. Softening down. Being soft as a baby in all your joints. Muscles, blood vessels, relaxed. Heart beating easy. Bring the feet down wide onto the mat, so feet are on each side of the mat. Arms are horizontally out from the shoulders, and just let the knees gently move side to side, like windshield wipers, slowly, gently. Bringing opening and relaxation to the hip joints, fanning some coolness into the body. Next time, let the knees come all the way over, turn the body over on its side, and we'll come up into a hero pose, which is the pose where you're on your knees and your hips are to your heels. We won't be here for long in case this bothers the feet, and you can always tuck toes if you would like. Squeeze thighs together. We're coming into the Sunbird Vinyasa now. Squeezing thighs together. Come up on the knees, hands come overhead. As you exhale, bring the hips back down to the heels, arms are overhead, and then come down into child's pose. Come forward onto your forearms, elbows are under the shoulders, and hands out in front. So you're on your forearms in a tabletop, and shins and knees are parallel with each other. We're going to inhale as the right leg reaches out and back. Hips and spine stay neutral. It rises just a little bit from the hip. And exhale it back. Inhale softly up into Sunbird with the left leg. Exhale, bring it back. And we're coming into puppy. Hands come forward a bit wide on the mat. Hips stay high. The chest just gently leaning down in the direction of the mat. Come back into child's pose. Then here we're going to raise the arms up, strong through the rectus abdominis that comes up from the groin up to the lower ribs, unfolding through that muscle, coming up, and then the hands come back down. And in this, we have the hands on the lap when we're in hero pose, in a meditation mudra, which is the left fingers over the right fingers and the thumbs up above, the mudra of the world. So coming once again to hero, squeeze the thighs together, hands in the meditation mudra if you would like. Inhale, knees up, hands, you're on your knees, hands are up. Exhale, hands remain up, hips to heels, and down to child's pose. Inhale, elbows under shoulders, shins parallel. Exhale, raise the right leg. No, that's an inhale, sorry. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, left leg up. Hips are neutral. And left leg comes back with an exhale. Inhale, puppy. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, unfolding, undulating up through that rectus abdominis, the center of the front of the torso, and then bringing hands down into the meditation mudra. Take a breath here. Squeezing thighs together. Inhale up, knees, hands high. Exhale, hands stay up, hips to heels, and down into child's pose. Inhale, forearm tabletop. Exhale, right leg goes up, spine remains neutral. Exhale it down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale down. Inhale, puppy. Exhale, child's. Inhale, rectus abdominis, unfolding, undulating up, arms come high, hands come down into meditation mudra. And a breath. Squeeze thighs together. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Come back with the leg, neutral hips. Exhale it back. Inhale into Sunbird. Exhale back. Inhale, puppy. Exhale, child's. Inhale up. Exhale, mudra. One breath here. We'll do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Inhale the leg up. Exhale it down. Be a water bird flying into the sun. Inhale, puppy. Exhale, child's. Inhale, arms up. And exhale back into the mudra. Make yourself comfortable. If you're comfortable in this hero pose, stay here, or you might come into crisscross legs, or you could stand if you would like. We're going to end with Vyana breath, which also comes from Ayurvedic therapy. Bring your hands up to your heart. Bring the arms wide as you inhale. Deep breath, extending wide, filling the heart and the lungs with energy. And exhale, bring the energy back to the heart. Inhale, open. Visualizing energy expanding from the heart through the bloodstream to the entire body. And exhale. Return that energy to its source in the heart. Inhale, expand. Expanding the energy out into the environment. Exhale. Bringing that energy back to the heart. One last time. Inhale. Expanding the energy out to the horizons. Gathering that energy and bringing it back to the heart to join the innate energies of our body. A few quiet breaths here. As we invite the musician that plays love and is played by love to be the water bird flying into the sun and to take us there too. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me. Stay cool. Enjoy your summer.